How many times do you think you could get sacked in the same season on Football Manager? No one's asking that question. Yeah, here I am, giving you that answer. Welcome back, gang. It's another experiment. Let's jump in. And today we are with PSG. Of course we are, because everybody bloody hates PSG, don't they? Because they come robbing your wonder kids in previous Football Managers. And yeah, they've got a lot of money. So what we're doing today is we're going to try and get sacked as many times as we can as the manager of PSG. Every time we get sacked, I'll just retire and reinsert myself in as a new manager. There is another way of doing this where you actually become manager of a club and you try and get other jobs throughout the course of a season. But I figured this would be more fun because it might actually give us an opportunity to ruin PSG for the long term. And I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to try and get relegated with PSG this season. Well, I will get relegated with PSG this season. What I'm going to do is I'm going to try and sell their entire squad. So I'm just going to go through like Donnarumma. I'm just going to find out about market interest, and then bang. Yeah, I don't need a tutorial every single time, thanks Football Manager. I'm going to try and get rid of every single player. I'm going to try and sell as many people as I can, free up all the wage budget, and then I'm going to buy loads of young players that are rubbish and put them on really extortionate contracts, or contracts that have like 5-year contracts with percentage increase of wages or something like that. I'm going to do something like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go and mess around and do all that. I'm going to come back a few games into the season and we're going to get rocking and rolling because we want to get through this first season quite quickly at the start of this video. And then we want to do the simulation and sort of check in periodically over the next like 10, 15 years to see how PSG got on. So yeah, let's go. Right. So we played 9, lost 9. I'm still in the job. I've not been sacked yet. I'm getting a C-. A C-, and getting an E from the board. So the supporters, the board are giving me a C-. In terms of transfer as well, transfer history, a lot of players have gone out. There's a lot of players that have gone out on loan with a view of potential future transfers. In terms of the second team, Donnarumma is still here. Neymar is still here. Mbappe could only go on loan. Nuno Mendes, Vitinha, Ugarte, Hakimi, Hernandez. Hernandez is actually joining Al Ittihad, but there's so many players that are still here. Donnarumma as well. Marquinhos. Couldn't get rid of him. Literally tried. I couldn't get rid of any of these players. So they're all in the reserves, rotting away. Some of them went out on loan. Let me tell you what I've done in terms of the first team squad. It's a bit evil. We're currently spending £8.5 million on wages, which is overspending by £47,000. We've got £148 million in the bank, £196 million in the transfer budget. However, we go and look at the first team squad. So if you look here, they're all on contracts to 2028. They're all on wages that are varying levels of wage, but wages after getting to the certain amount of club league games, yeah, they're going up to like £500,000 a week, and they're on 40-50% percentage increase as well per year. So I'm thinking that PSG's finances are going to be absolutely shot and in the mud. But let's just simulate through and start seeing the fruits of our labour, shall we? Lose 9th straight. Yeah, if we look at the schedule, yeah, we're not doing well at all, are we? Minus 44, and we're still in the job somehow. When will we get sacked? And what will the objectives be for us again when we become manager again? Leipzig's in the Champions League. I'm not bothered about the Champions League. Now, I made a mistake. I let the assistant manager automatically just register people for the Champions League. So the good team is there. So the Champions League group, we're actually going to do all right. We're probably going to progress in the Champions League, but whatever. Doesn't matter, does it? Right, Brest, 28th. Brest is 16th. We're 18th. It's a big win for Brest, this is. Huge win. And it was a huge win. 8-0. We're still in the job. Oh, Brest clash could be Wawa's last. Paris Saint-Germain hierarchy seem to be finally losing patience with manager Jayhuahua after a period of discontent at Parc des Princes. There we go. A lot of players set for the pay increase. Have they had it yet? 3 of them have. Okay, so these 3 are now no longer going to be in the squad. This is what we're going to be doing. We're going to go through and we're going to start changing the players to try and get as many people up. We're now spending 10.2 million on wages. We're going to go through the roof. We want to see PSG go into absolute financial ruin. And can they recover? They'll have to sell it. They'll have to get some money for some of their players. That's what's going to be funny in the future seasons. Look at all these messages. I think it's about to happen. We're about to get sacked. Oh, there we go. There we go. Sacked by PSG. So we've been sacked once. So PSG are in search for a new manager. Well, lucky for you, PSG. I know a guy. Oh, I haven't got a profile loaded. Set it up downstairs, didn't I? On my other laptop. Whatever. Just do this quick. Randomize. I'll do. So, go back to this one and we're going to retire. But the club vision play attacking football, reach the latter stage, avoid relegation is now the directive this season. A Champions League game coming up in 4 days. You can look 2-0 defeat there in that game. So we're now played 12, lost 12. Relegation is almost certain at this point. As you can see, right. I've just given this Robin Knocker an injection, which means hopefully he'll get subbed, so get another game out there, because we're trying to push. We're only spending 12.6 million, failing financial fair play for the Champions League. Fantastic. Monaco is in 2 days' time. It will come back in 3. I wonder if we're going to get sacked a second time this season then. If it's avoid relegation or attempt to avoid relegation, probably it's not going to happen, is it? Same with all the faffing about of having to redo the manager. I think the idea of trying to get sacked as many times as possible in one season was great until I decided, you know what? I want to try and just ruin PSG for a few years. That's the main goal now of this experiment. Thomas Gallem's got to the 500k per week, and we've only got a few players here down at like just 2 games. There we go, another one up at 13 million now. So the winter break is upon us. Oh, 2 players have actually got to the wage rise. Fantastic stuff. So we're looking now at £14.5 million per week being spent. There's 3 players. In terms of the schedule, it has been just an absolute travesty going forward. And if we look at the club vision, getting an E and an E, so we're probably going to get sacked any day now. We've got the up game against Bischheim ASC in a few days time. That will probably be the one. But January transfers, can we get rid of the rest of the squad? No offers for 10 players. So Lens are first in the league as well, and we're about to play first in the league. I've just put accept all offers for players. So the idea is that hopefully a few players will be at the door. Mbappe's signed a pre-contract deal with Real Madrid. He's getting his 900k a week as well. Minimum fee release clause of £190 million. A loyalty bonus of £29 million. £180,000 appearance fee, £135,000 goal bonus. It's 44.5 grand to be an unused substitute, and his agent's getting cool 6.25 mil. He gets 3 million if he gets 10 goals. And a 6-0 defeat to Brest. So we are now played 19, lost 19. Oh, Sandro Lorenko has made it up to the 500 grand. Oh, I need to remember Anthony Masri. He's injured. Oh, he's only expected out for a day. The transfer window is going to close. There's still going to be some absolute names at this club. Quite a few players went out on loan. Hopefully they've got no future transfer. Are you joking? 14.1 million in wages. Rubbish. Go on holiday for another 7 days then. Oh, lots of them are about set for a pay increase. Oh, that's going to look good. Oh, we've got one here. Theo Argud. Swap out for Theo Ahili. So it's February, and I have purposefully run the club into the ground financially, sold all their best players, as many of them as I could, purposefully lost as many games as possible with both my managers, and I've only been sacked once. I've surely got to be on the cusp here. I don't think we're going to get sacked a third time, though. I'll get sacked once more. Next 2 or 3 games, you've got to think so, surely. Oh, gone. I've gone. There we go. Gone. Sacked. There you go. Add new manager once again. You want me to avoid relegation? Quite a few of them, I think, have just actually fallen over that threshold. Let's have a look at the finances. £18.7 million. And look at this hemorrhaging money. They're only on £78 million now. The next season's minimum guaranteed budget will be £80 million. Will it? Some players you just can't get rid of. Yeah, weekly staff. Right, so basically just reset things up. So what I'm going to do now is I'm not going to get sacked straight away. So I'm going to just go on holiday for, I don't know, let's go 25 days. Because I don't think any of those players will be hitting that threshold. And if they are, there's only 2 more to sort of fit in that squad. So we'll be close. We will be close. And then once you've got all those players to that threshold of on that massive bumper new deal, ideally you want it to happen this season though, don't you? Really? Because then they get the percentage increase. Because if they don't do it this season, then they get a percentage increase currently and then they go up. It's like you're losing a couple of £100,000. The question is, though, will we get sacked once more before the end of the season? You got to say no, right? You're going to give us the end of the season, surely. Yeah, so no one's hit that threshold yet, although this guy's 1 away. Matis Mute. Right, so he's not played at all. Right, insert column. So get him on the bench. Get him on the bench. A couple of them did it. A couple of them got there. Get him there. Made a bit of an error. Too many players. Oh, a 24-0 defeat to Marseille. Minus 161. 7 games. We can still get to 21 points. We can still survive. Mathematically. The club vision is C- and a D. We're going down. I don't think we're going to get sacked again. Going to be 2 sackings. For a team that should be challenging for the Champions League and walking the league in what is essentially not the strongest, is it, the French league? You look at PSG and you think they're just going to walk it. To only get sacked twice is alarmingly strange, isn't it? You'd think you'd get sacked like 7 or 8 times. I don't know, it's only 34 games, I suppose. Still got the job, and oh, he was injured. Oh, someone else. I don't know. Someone else must have played. That's fine. I mean, this guy's got 8 appearances off the bench, so he's nearly there. Some of these are 3 appearances. They're going to be an appearance or so short, so they're going to have to start the season, this team. Board set the initial wage budget for the coming season 8 million and a transfer budget at that. Oh, it's less than previously indicated. That's quite funny, isn't it? Right. Well, currently financially, we are spending £21.2 million on wages. And Olympique Lyon in second place are the next team we're going to face. After the 24-0 defeat to Marseille, it's chilled out a bit. It's still not great, but it has chilled out a little bit. Man's 198, 2 games left in the season. So let's go and play Toulouse, where we are hoping to lose. Bang! Got to wait a while for a pun in this one. One I've used before. Recycle. Yeah? We're down. Of course we're down. So are Clermont. It wasn't even paying attention to the league table, to be fair. Bertelli. So, yeah, there's a few players that have still got quite a lot of appearances to make. We've got Metz on the final day, and are we going to get sacked? Surely we've got to get sacked, right? We have been sacked 3 times a charm. We've been sacked for the 3rd time. Were you surprised by PSG's decision to sack Jayhuahua this week? I was absolutely shocked. I don't think anyone saw it coming. Are you joking, Paolo? What have you been smoking? All right, get him in. One final manager. We're up at 23.2 million. The schedule. When was the first game of the season? So August. So if we go to like the 20, we sim to the 20th of August. We just want to go that far. It's because I want to see all the wage increases go to see what the wage budget is currently going to be, and then hopefully some other players will move up to that threshold, a few more million. So I've just come back, and as you can see, we've got some players listed, and on £1 million a week. Like, there's no way they're leaving, are they? He's laughing his head off. £1 million a week for the next 4 years. Current finances is £34.4 million, and as you can see, we've still got a few that are going to move up into the next bracket. Transfers. £27 million of players out. They've actually got a little bit of money in their bank. But that's not going to last long, is it? The wages. Oh, we've nearly got them all. He never did it, this Ehile, unfortunately. They're almost all there. He's at 7. Okay, so 3 more games, so 17. So let's go to the end of the transfer window then. 3 games would be enough for him. Maybe not for all of them, but we'll see. They've all made it. They've all made it to the financial promised land of, it's now 38.7 million nearly, and they're hemorrhaging money. And this manager is going to get sacked very soon. So what we're going to do is we're going to simulate through, and we'll rejoin. I'll come through at the end of the season, and we'll rejoin, and we'll keep seeing how bad PSG get and how long it takes them to potentially recover, or maybe just fall out the game. We'll keep checking in. So yeah, I'm going to go and simulate now. Okay, so PSG finished 12th. Marco Asensio's still there. So let's have a look at the PSG. Mateus Almeida has come and become the manager. Still got a lot of players on a big amount of wages. Yeah, they've still got all these players on over $1 million. But let's have a look at the senior team. Still got Neymar. He wants to leave. Wants to leave the club. Of course he does. Wants to buy Al Ittihad. He's not worth a lot. He's getting on, isn't he? Getting on, isn't he? Right. This is disappointing. Donnarumma's still there. Doesn't even say he wants to leave. He's 26 years old. He's playing in the 2nd tier of France. Arguably the best goalkeeper on the game. Hakimi still there. Asensio, Skriniar, Vitinha, Ugarte, Kangin Lee. And they finished 12th. So obviously, to begin with, they were losing a hell of a lot. And this was in no small reason, then I would have still been in charge. They would have sacked me. They got rid on the 19th of October, where I would have thought they would be dead bottom. Oh yeah, they were dead bottom all the way through. But they've managed to survive from 21st match week 21. They were still bottom, and they've managed to finish 12th. That's pretty impressive. Bit annoying that they're not going down to the 3rd tier, but they might still. All those players might leave. Just adding myself as a manager just to look at the finances. They've got 205 million in the bank. Where's that come from? They're currently spending £37.7 million a week on wages. They've got 14.2 million transfer budget. Okay, should we go through another year and see how they're getting on in 2026? Been promoted. Asensio, Neymar, still there. A lot of players have gone out. Not really signed anyone. Still got all these players on over £1 million a week. Still got Ugarte, but they're now back in the top tier. Donnarumma's still there as well. Oh, they've kept all these players. I couldn't sell them all. That's really annoyed me because I wanted them to be down here in the depths of despair. It looks like 2 years, they're back in the big time. If they win the title by 5 years, I'll be fuming. What's the finances saying? Right, minus $250 million at least. £61 million transfer budget. Spending 53 million on wages. 1.1 million. Yeah, because they've got players. Because of course, they've got all these players. They're 50% increased. The wages are 50% per season. So they're now spending 50 odd million pound a week. So in a month, like, no way they can keep this up. Not sustainable. Neymar's going to be fuming. Look how many players are getting paid more than him. Another year then. Can they go down? That'd be good. If they go down, I'd be happy. They finished fifth. Who have they got then? Paulo Fonseca's in charge. Players. Still got Neymar, Donnarumma, Skriniar, Vitinha. Still all them. Curtis Jones on loan. Oscar? Not the Oscar, is it? No. Victor Guzman. Recognise that name. Not sure where from. Maybe I've had him on different saves. Brian Gill down here. Romeo. They've bought a lot of players in. They've done very well wage-wise. Neymar's down at 800k a week. Don't know how they've done that. Look at these players. £2.5 million. Nearly £500 million in the hole. £78 million a week they're spending. They've got no transfer budget. £8 million per week in wages is what is earmarked. But it's on course to pass Europa League financial fair play regulations. How? I don't even understand how financial fair play works on this. How is PSG going to make a profit on £80 million a week wages? Like £5.5 billion a year. I don't know. They finished fifth as well, getting Europa League football. They're going to keep climbing, aren't they? 2028, here we come. Oh, they're outside of Europe. They finished seventh. Arne Slot is in charge. Still got Donnarumma. And there we go. Look at this. They're going to be paying over three. Have they got rid of a load of them? How have they got rid of them all? Maybe their contract's expired. Oh, they're not going to be paying that much. I thought we'd be doing this, checking in like 10 years later, still seeing this financial ruin. Currently spending 37 million, committed spending 1.6 million, 75 million pound transfer budget, 400 million pound in the bank. I'm fuming. I'm actually fuming. They're back. They're literally back. They're going to be able to spend 75 million pound. They're passing Champions League financial fair play regulations. They've won the Europa League, haven't they? No, they didn't win it. They didn't win the Europa League. Thank Christ. Right. 2028. Should we go to 2033? Yeah, I'll check 5 years on. They're back winning it. They've won it 3 times in the last 5 years. They're back to being champions. Oh, so annoying. Still Arne Slot's still in charge. You've got Diogo Costa, Jamal Musiala, Brennan Johnson, Florian Wirtz, Tino Livramento, Callum Doyle. He's meant to get really good on this game. Meh. 325k a week. Not worth that, is he? Ilya Zabani, Ansu Fati, Manu Kone. Oh, the list just goes on. He's pretty good, isn't he, old Jamal? They've not won a European trophy yet, but they've won the league 3 times in the last 5 years, and I'm fuming about it. Oh, so annoying. Like, because the financial ruin just didn't apply, did it? They just had so much money being pumped into the club. Let's go to the end of where I've simulated up to. There's 1 game left of this season, but they can't finish any higher. They could maybe get third. They're getting Champions League football. Rennes have walked it. And PSG have not been winning the league. They've won it 4 years ago, but they've not won it a lot. To be fair, they won it 3 times in 5 years. They won it once more, and then they had to wait another 12 years to win it again. What's been happening with PSG then? There you go, 2-2, second, third, fifth. Then, out of nowhere, why are they all of a sudden mid-table? They had a right time of it for 4 years, and then they've come back, climbed their way back up to the leagues, and then, yeah, finishing Champions League qualification. Did they ever win the Champions League? They did not. So did we do our job with destroying PSG? They're in more debt now than when they had a wage bill of £80 million a week. I'm not sure why that's the case, but there's definitely some financial irregularities on this game. It's always been the case though, hasn't it? It does stop you from being too far in debt, even if you try. And we couldn't have done much more, could we really? It was laughable, their weekly wage, and yet they still had a £400 million in the bank. So yeah, anyway. Yeah, we got sacked 3 times in 1 season. That was it. When we tried to get sacked, and we lost every single game, and we put the club into financial ruin. That's probably why. That's probably why we didn't get sacked more, because they were like, yeah, financial ruin. Nah, it's not gonna be a factor at all, mate. And it wasn't. So yeah, that's it. That's the end of the experiment. I hope you had fun. I would have liked to have had some better results with this one, but hey, it is what it is. Maybe we'll revisit some of this stuff when the full game comes out, see how it operates, and maybe we've got the editor at our disposal. But other than that, hope you've enjoyed yourself. Like the video, subscribe to the channel, take good care of yourselves. I'll see you soon.